Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Cold Steel 2. We are on the Courageous and we just healed up everyone. HP, CP, everything. We also made sure all the orbs were okay in Valimar. And I changed up Gaius' squads a little bit, so we can also raise our stats a little bit more in battles to come. And with that, I also raised some of our slots on our characters, so we can equip also better quads in them once we get them. Because I thought we have a little bit of extra sepit left, so we might start working on that as well. But for now, I think it's time we head down to a lake. We've been postponing that way too long for now, so let's do that. And who knows, maybe by going there we can also try out Valimar in a fight and see how strong it is. And I do wonder, when we summon Valimar, will the others just go away and it will be like a proper Valimar fight, or will he be there on the field next to them? Because that's the case, then we need to be really careful that he doesn't stand on anybody.
Where do you want to go?
We want to go straight to Lake Lacrima. Why not? That's the only place we haven't been to yet.
Leave it to me.
Alright, I thought it was gonna happen something straight away. Ah well. Let's do a roundabout while we're here in the village, and then go to the person with our quest, which will of course be in the lake cabin. That is very easily found. Ah, we saw a bizarre monster lurking near a statue on the highlands when we were driving past. Actually, monster might not be the right word. It looked more like a monstrous soldier of some kind. You take care if you find yourself passing by that area. I honestly say, when we went to the quarry, I didn't notice anything. Boy, that one was scary. I've never seen a monster like it, if it even is a monster. Well, I've never seen anything like it either. This would happen while Lacan's away, wouldn't it? Ooh, let's hope it doesn't involve Lacan in any way. I wonder what it is.
What do you want to play next, Zeku? Oh, I know. We should go and see how Gwyn's doing. He didn't have a name at first, so I gave him one. He's called Zeku now. Cool name, huh?
It truly is, and they both fit each other really well, doesn't they? Hello, Zeku. Good to see you. Would you like me to teach you how to make a healthy hot pot dish we make here in the north? It uses fresh milk and is supposed to be very good for you. Maybe you could try making it yourself. Have Gaius show you. Ooh, hearty milk hot pot. Thank you very much. Thanks, Shida. I'll be sure to make this whenever I find myself missing the taste of home. Ah, Shara's gone back to Zendergate. I'm happy for her, but it's kind of lonely here now without her around. I don't think she's got to spend as much time with Toma as she wanted to either. This was the perfect chance too. Why does she sound so disappointed on Charles' behalf? I'm guessing this is one of those things that's super important to girls but makes no sense at all to guys. It does make sense if you can read the room a little bit. Oh, by the way, that file you helped me find is doing really well these days. He's taking a real liking to Lily. I see them playing together every day. The two of them are kinda alike, I guess, in the sense that I can't keep either one of them under control. Well, that makes the chance of him running off to another location all the lesser. Alright, so we can go into the buildings as well. Of course, Watari isn't with the sheep because he was at the entrance of the camp. And having said that, what I want to try... Because I'm... Yes, there it is. The missing spot. Thankfully we got it. And I think this will probably be Gaius' favorite meal. It would fit.
My cuisine reigns supreme. Alright, I'll give it a try.
Come on, Gaius. If anyone can do it, this should be you.
My cuisine.
Okay, let's give this a try. Wow, people can...
Yeah, don't like it too much.
I've got this. Cooking's just one of my many talents.
Didn't expect that, but I'll take it.
It's Fee's cooking power hour.
Mess it up, mess it up.
You can try eating it if you want.
Oh, we will.
I hope this turns out okay.
I hope it does too. Give me a hearty milk hot pot.
This looks pretty...
Come
I
on.
could certainly
You don't like the cooking of this. Make a normal one.
Not bad.
Thank you very much. Have we... No, Sarah hasn't changed her outlook of it, and I'm pretty sure Laura and Rean did that. This as well. Oh well. I will switch the party up at some point and try to make these two as well. We know now where we need to get certain recipes to, but that is not in any rush at the moment. Alright, let's get into the buildings. Check out the stores. Oh, some people have suggested that we head back south now. I'm not too sure if we should be doing that myself. I mean, Erebonia Civil War still hasn't ended, has it? The last thing we want is something to happen to the children. I think we should wait a bit longer. I agree with that, cause who knows if the fighting will come back to the Highlands and then you need to move back here again. You might as well wait until the war's over and hope it's not too long. The most important thing is that we don't expose ourselves to unnecessary danger. That's why I think we should wait for Erebonia's war to settle down before we head back south. Like I said, it's a very logical choice. Ooh, got the old clothing here as well. Strength goes up, but defense is really low. North bracelet. It is a good one. Prevent, seal, and mute. It's just a bit basic and expensive. Well, we'll get it eventually, right? Alright, let's see what else we have here. Of course, we got some ingredients that we can restock. Healthy liquor, definitely. And oh, wait. Yes, Gambler Jack we didn't have yet. I like that. Thank you very much.
The location of the settlement is a matter of vital importance to all of us here. It determines how we're gonna spend that season, how we'll raise the children, all kinds of things, really. This winter's a very unusual situation, though. Only time will tell what we end up doing. Night after night, we still discuss where we should spend the winter. I don't think anyone is entirely sure where the best place is. It is a very difficult issue.
I can truly imagine that. And of course, this works still as well. But since we have the courageous, there's no need for us to do that. It seems vicious monsters are roaming the highlands still. Lacan's out there doing what he can, but there's only so much progress he can make by himself. I feared as much. There's no need for such a face. I trust that he'll always return to us no matter the danger. There's been talk of returning to the southern region, but it'll be a while until we decide for sure. I just hope things settle down here in the north before then. Ooh, Lacan's gone fighting the monsters, and there's been a weird creature sighted by the statue. I so hope it's not related.
Oh, now that the Alliance forces have left the Highlands, life here is pretty much back to normal. The Highlands are still kind of dangerous though, so leaving the settlement remains forbidden. But even so, everyone's a lot livelier these days. There's even been talk about returning to the south again. I'm really happy everything is starting to come together again. We owe that to all of you, you know?
Well, I'm sure there are more people involved in this entire thing. But I do appreciate the thought.
Oh, discussions have started in the settlement of whether or not we should return south. I'm very much in favor for it, but then again, there's Erebonia's ongoing civil war. I'm not sure what's the right choice here is. I think you should wait. I definitely believe that.
Khotan's been visibly upset lately, to tell the truth. That's why I prefer it if we move back south. I'm sure he'd be much happier there. Doing so may prove to be difficult, though.
Yeah, but the safety of your kid is more important than his feelings, isn't it? The settlement's food appears to be stored here. Yes, as it should. And of course, our yurt. If you ever want an extra rest. Alright, I do want to check out the fishing spot. Just to see if it has been replenished. But considering all the other locations we've been to so far, I highly doubt it.
This spot looks perfect for fishing.
Yep, nothing.
Lily's really happy to have made a new friend. But now playing with her is no fun anymore. I can ride a horse. I could just follow them on foot, but that's boring. What should I do?
Try to learn riding a horse a bit more? I know it takes time, but I know you can do it, Khotan. Definitely.
I wish I could ride too. Lily's so lucky she can.
I'm really hoping.
This spot looks perfect for fishing.
I'm really hoping we'll get the quest later on that we can teach him how to ride a horse, or at least Eustace can teach him. It's a garage for Orbital truck, and the Orbital truck is outside, so there's nothing in there at the moment.
Welcome home, Gaius, and thank you for coming.
Oh, hello, Elder. It's good to be back again.
You've been keeping yourself mighty busy since you left, haven't you? We heard all about you flying around on the Courageous.
Oh, keeping your ears to the ground, I see? The Courageous has been a huge help too, and it's all thanks to Prince Olivert that we finally have a means to make sure our deal's a reality. He placed his hope for Erebonia's future in us, and we're going to do everything possible to ensure that hope isn't misplaced.
Well, he couldn't have entrusted Erebonia's future in finer hands. Speaking of, there is something we'd like your help with.
Is this about that large monster? Might I ask how Dad came to be absent at a time like this to begin with?
Well, on one hand, this land is no longer plagued with wars since the Noble Alliance has left. But on the other hand, the monsters have grown restless. We haven't got a clue why, but as a result, Lacan has been forced to go and patrol more often than before.
Makes sense to me.
And the huge monster showing up while he's away wasn't bad enough. The monster in question is, strange to say the least. I couldn't say for sure, but it's possible it's another cryptid. And if that's the case, it may be a sign that things here aren't yet back to normal after all.
Oh no. That does sound like something we can't ignore. And we can pretend this has nothing to do with us when the cause could very well be the chaos in Erebonia itself. We'd be more than happy to accept your request. We'll do all we can to take down this foul beast.
Thank you very much. Oh, it was last sighted in the northern part of the highlands, right in front of that giant statue. Given how little we know about it, you should approach it with great caution.
Of course. Alright, as soon as we're ready, let's head out. Alright, monster madness has started. And of course, Gaius probably has to be in the party for this fight. Because it's his region, so I'm pretty sure he wants to be here to protect it. And even if it wasn't, I would probably still keep him in the party for now. And later on, when we're done in this region, we move on to the next one, we can switch Gaius out for someone else. Maybe even Sarah. Because she did learn a move just now that I really want to try out. Alright. Shall we just
Let us ride on.
hop on the bike and go? Might not be the best transportation, but it does work. Alright, let's head straight to the statue. What if it was the statue that's actually we are able to fight? I do see something. What is it? I really do hope that has nothing to do with Lacan. I hope he's just actually
trying to protect the Highlands, and not that he's transformed into a vile beast that we now need to fight. Let's leave the bike for now. Oh, it's a magical knight. Oh, we know how to deal with those. Probably gonna be a little bit tough, but I'm sure we're up for it. Is that what I think it is? Whoa, what's that? Oh, you know what it is, Rean? You could say that. Rean described this to his classmate, his last encounter with a magical knight. And it doesn't seem to be the same one we fought near Ymir. But that's not important. This isn't some creature any ordinary person can stand up against. We need Valimar's help before. If it were to attack the settlement... We're not going to let that happen. We can't allow it to get any close to the settlement. Please, lend me your strength. Right.
This one will take everything we have.
Possibly. Uh-oh. You get to start off before us.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. We don't know yet what he has. He's around our level, so I'm gonna assume around 120,000 HP. Let's see. You wanna hit the ground running?
Keep it up, everyone.
Okay, the one thing I wonder is, can we go straight? Yes, we can go straight into Valimar. So we are gonna summon him, just not now. And I'm wondering, if we use the Spirit Unification, will we also be able to summon Valimar? And will Valimar then be stronger if we do? I don't think this fight would be the perfect opportunity to test that. A normal fight would probably be better. But that's definitely something we should consider trying out, definitely. But let us first power everyone up.
All right, let's do this. Leave it to me. All right.
Everyone is too far away now because of that hit. Yeah, I'm not gonna use this on just one person. That would make no sense. Do we then just wanna start hitting him for a bit? Yeah, because I'm still concerned whether or not we want to fight him on the ground or if we want to go straight into Valimar. Let's see how that works out.
Fly forth! Now!
I'll back you up.
My turn.
It definitely is. Okay, so he's under 100,000. Technically, they should be more doable than the fight in the quarry. Well, you know what she is to us? She's nothing more than a waltz. So let's waltz over that enemy. And see what we can do. Probably around 15?
Behold the might of the Arcade School.
I'm not seeing any criticals, or else I would have waited for that.
Radiant Waltz.
Alright, just good, nice bit off the top.
My turn.
Okay, seem like trying to do something to see if we can stop him.
There. Ha!
Alright, it is an impedable move, thankfully. It would have been really awkward if that didn't work. Alright, let's use some arts. 66663. Alright, doing pretty good.
All right.
Fly forward! Now!
I'll back you up.
That's good. See how much damage he can do. Also should try to consider giving him some more powerful arts as well. Uh-oh.
Ah!
Too slow!
My turn.
He's down for the count for 3 rounds. That is way too much.
Burn brightly.
Overdrive!
I wonder if we burst with him laying unconscious on the floor, will he be participating in that as well? I should have considered it before activating the overdrive. Because now I feel obligated to at least get him back on the feet, and this is actually a waste of a round, but... Oh, well, it is what it is.
Thanks.
Here I go! Ha! Now! Let's go, everyone!
Understood.
Leave it to me. Hey.
My turn.
Alright, definitely not bad. And... well, I could wait till her CP is backed up again to create more damage, but that would be relying on the Ashcraft a bit too much. Just use what she has to... ah, that's too far away, isn't it? Can she walk there? Nope. Mute for 90%. I wonder.
Blade of light. Come. Now's our chance.
Got you!
I'll definitely move her a bit closer.
Okay.
Our HP is still more than okay. Do you want to replenish this, the beat or keep on attacking it? Elements are all on the same level. So doesn't matter what we do in that regard.
Arcus activate. Hut.
It's my turn.
It is.
Fly forward! Now!
I'll back you up.
Let's
Right.
move.
He has the EP to do what we want. There's also something I should have considered. If his EP levels were high enough to even do the Summon of Valimar. If not, we could have just opened up more of his slots as well in order to get him over the threshold. But he hasn't, so let's do an Awakener's Call.
Valimar!
The Ashen Knight! Alright, so it's an actual... no, it's not totally the same, but it will definitely help. We got 200 CP. Is it also the same CP that Rean uses? Probably. Wait, oh, I thought he... does he have an S-Craft? Valimar with an S-Craft would be so amazing.
Fall! Ha! Shit! Ta! Ta!
Uh-oh.
Fall! Ha! Shit! Ta!
That's that. Let's keep moving.
No complaints here.
I don't know how we won, but we did. Oh, that was tough. The settlement should be safe now, at least. Thanks, guys, really. I wouldn't have been able to defeat it alone. What a truly fearsome creature. Rean, do you have any insight on why these magic knights appeared before her or in Ymir? Could it be a coincidence? I couldn't even hazard a guess. Still, I get the feeling their power is increasing over time. But don't take that seriously, it's just a gut feeling, so I could be wrong, but... A magic golem from the Dark Ages. They may have something to do with whatever's happening in the shadows of this war. It is possible. I wish we had time to look into it more, but I don't think we can. Maybe we don't even have a choice. Uh-oh. How can it get back up? That's impossible. We defeated it. Crap. If it attacks while our formation is like this, we're screwed. Ooh. What? Fall back. Ah. Damn, he is strong. Dad? I'm glad I made it in time. Me too. Or else we would have summoned Valimar for definite and then fought it again. Together with Lacan, Class 7 confirmed for certain that the Magic Knight had been slain before returning to the settlement.
Ah, so that's what happened. It sounds as though that thing posed quite the challenge. Ah, those magic knights you mentioned are tricky bastards. And while I'm curious as to what caused it to appear now of all times, for now, I am simply content to see you're all safe.
Tell me about it. We owe that to Lacan. I would have to agree. That skill with a spear still amazes me every time I see it.
Lacan's the strongest spearman here in the north. Ah, I've heard as much myself. I wonder who would come out on top in a battle between him and Lieutenant General Vander.
I think you're overselling my abilities. I am still no match for our ancestors who fought alongside Emperor Drycold. In addition, I believe Wallace of the Noble Alliance has a much higher degree of skill than I do as well. I don't know what it is he fights for, but regardless, I can't afford to be overconfident in my abilities in turn. That is true enough. After witnessing just how strong you are though, it is scary to think there could be someone out there who's even stronger. Both he and General Aurelia seem to have a terrifying amount of strength when compared to us. I can only hope he won't use our spearsmanship to threaten Nord. But whether he does or not, I can't afford to remain complacent. Same here.
Ah, well, there's no point in worrying about things before they've happened. What you can do now is take things one step at a time.
Yeah, that's exactly what we intend to do. There's no doubt we have room for improvement, but still, I'm glad we were able to help with things here.
Ah, indeed, you have my thanks. It's not much, but please accept these.
Oh, I gladly take those.
Ah, if anything else should happen, we'll be sure to call upon you again.
Please do, we'll always be happy to help. May the winds and the goddess guide your path. Thank you very much.
We intend to move back to the south as soon as it's safe to do so. But based on things now, that could be a while yet. Regardless, you have our thanks for all that you've done for us. We may not be here right now if it were not for you.
Well, Lacan had something in it as well.
I tried to think of what would happen if one of those magic knights were to attack the settlement. I think it'd be for the best if I stayed here for the people of the north for a while longer. There are plenty of issues for me to take care of, even from here after all. We are certainly grateful, but there's no need to put our needs above your own, Gwyn. Your daughter is still missing, isn't she? You must be worried about her. Not at all. I'd taken more than a civil war to finish off that piece of work. Though I did contact a friend over in Roar. If he hears anything, I'm sure he'll let me know.
He says he's not worried, but it couldn't be more obvious. Yeah, so maybe our next region, one of them at least, should be Roar. So we can have a little bit of a look-see, putting Gwyn at ease and Alyssa at the same time, of course. That was too close for comfort. That said, I was only able to defeat it thanks to you weakening it beforehand. I don't know if we helped that much, but I appreciate the thought all the same. Still, true or not, we shouldn't have been so quick to assume we'd take it down. That was our error in judgment. It appeared to have the ability to regenerate itself unless its core was completely damaged. Not an easy ability to overcome, to say the least. The good thing is, you're now fully prepared for future encounters. That's a good way of looking at it, actually. A self-generation ability in its core. Oh well, not much point thinking about this now. No, but it does mean that if we fight a Magic Knight again, and it has the orb in the stomach to target, that's where we're gonna focus our abilities on, isn't it? Alright, let's get outside and see what the story throws at us next. I wonder who's calling. I'm surprised we can even get a signal here.
Yes, this is Rean Schwarzer speaking.
Oh, good. I was worried I wouldn't be able to get in contact with you.
Oh, hey Toa. That explains it. The signal must be pretty good from the Courageous.
Listen, I've got good news and bad news. First, the good. We've actually worked out the location of one of Class 7's relatives.
Let me guess. The one person we were just talking to? About? Are we going to Roar? Have I figured it out before the game actually tells us?
Really?
Yeah, but that's where the bad news comes in. Anyway, can you come back to the Courageous as soon as you can? Please, it's important.
Alright, sure. We'll be back as soon as we can.
Was that Toa? Yeah, she said she found one of our family members. For real? Oh, that's good news. Isn't that a nice surprise? Well, it's definitely good news, but she also said there was some sort of problem. I wonder what it could be. Sounds like we better hurry back to the Courageous. We definitely should. Or we could use this as a hint to say, yeah, let's leave the episode here, and next time we're gonna see where we have to go. Because there are multiple possibilities. Because we have Machias's father, where we don't know who he is. We have Alyssa's mother, where we don't know where she is. And we have, of course, Elliot's sister, who we do know where she is, but we have no idea how she's faring. So those are three possibilities that are popping up in my mind. But considering we just talked about it with Gwyn, I think Alyssa's mother might be the one we're going for next. And if we're going for all three,
right,
even better. But we're gonna do that on the next episode. I'm gonna leave it here. So for now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time. And we're gonna find out whose family member we're gonna try to locate next. See you then. Bye bye.